Count us down, please.
Rolling.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Double M Show, brought to you by CLNS Media and Massive Media. It's the original crew. We've been holding it down for 14 episodes now. Then we are rolling Tuesdays. You can catch us here every Tuesday. You can catch Mike Nice here every Tuesday. You can check Miss T-Mac every Tuesday.
That's right.
And you could also check me out, DJ Mees, every Tuesday here on Double M. And there's a lot going on right now, man. This is, playoffs are kicking. The sun is finally out. Things are booming finally. When we was coming here, it was cold, snowy, dark. We got t-shirts on now. We relaxed. But T-Mac, as always, you kick it off. Let us know what's on the playlist tonight.
You already know I got y'all. So definitely got to talk about the Celtics. I don't know who poisoned who or who did what, took away whose mojo.
That's a good word, poison.
But something is wrong. And you see, I got my Celtics jersey on. It's probably my last time wearing this number jersey. and then we got to talk a little bit about our relationship. We always have our little relationship talk. So we got a new question out there for you guys. So we're gonna hit y'all with that right after we take this long journey about the Celtics. I don't even know where to begin. Somebody help me because I'm devastated. I can't wear this jersey no more.
T-Mac, one of y'all please dive right into this Celtics talk.
Celtics, they're 1-3. Okay.
1-3 against the Bucks.
Yeah. Let's start with that.
So let's start with our predictions, right? We came in here. We had our playoff predictions. How far the Celtics will go, and going into the Bucks series, I said I don't know who's gonna win the series, but I said I do know that it would go 7. Mike, what was your prediction again?
What was Mike's?
Well, no. I can't ask the question. Well, Mike, what was your prediction?
I got no shame. I had Celtics winning the series in 6 games. I'm not going back now from what I said.
There's nothing wrong with that, T.
You said it with that smirk on your face.
There was no smirk.
You were the one ready to laugh, T-Mac.
Me?
That was
there you go. There we go. Finally, we don't blame Mars.
6 games. I said Celtics would beat the Bucks in 6 games. And by the looks of it, it's not set in stone yet, but by the looks of it, it's probably not reaching 6.
Listen, for those who can't really see, I'm wearing all black today.
Ready to go to somebody's funeral.
It's the Celtics funeral, and I hope that the Milwaukee Bucks can just make sure they pull the plug on Game 5 and just end it.
You want them to pull the plug?
Take the Celtics out their misery. I don't want to see it no more. To lose? No. There's no hope. It's over. It's over. The series is over. And I'm not just saying it because I think the series is over. The Celtics believe that the series is over. The players think that the series is over. So if you're a player and when you're playing, you see a team act sluggish, you see a team go, damn, this team is better than me, it's over. Why would I put more false hope into the Celtics thinking that they can ride out and come back a 3-1 deficit, which is so rare to do? And there's one thing that the Celtics have shown me is that comebacks is not in their definition this year whatsoever. They can be down by 5, and it's like they're down by 50, and they just give up. This Boston Celtics team is pathetic. So just put them out their misery now, because I don't want to see it no more. So let's dive in to the series against the Milwaukee Bucks. Celtics take Game 1, right? They take Game 1, and we felt so good. We didn't even talk about it in Double M.
We did not.
I felt really good after that.
We didn't even talk about it in Double M. But as the Celtics do, they win 5 in a row. You feel happy-go-lucky, and then they show you that they can drop 3 in a row just like that. They've been doing it all year. They've been the most consistent, inconsistent team ever. They show you who they are, and I knew that they weren't going to flip no switch. They wasn't going to magically just change into another team where they can just roll out. If you don't do it in the regular season, It's not going to happen in the postseason. Mike, let's talk about the Milwaukee Bucks series.
Go ahead, Mike.
Before I get into that, everything Marv said about putting them out their misery and whatnot, we did have some comments coming in. People still have faith. Still have faith. Shout out to Alexander, said he's from the Philippines. He's a diehard Celtics fan. He's hoping and believing that Kyrie will show up in game 5.
Sorry, Alex.
Hey, come on,
sorry. Hey, Alex.
Hey,
sorry, Alex. No, he can
have
have hope. I'm just telling him. I'm telling him. Sorry. I tried to do this with Mike months ago. I tried to tell Mike, let it go. This is gonna hurt you so much more if you believe. If you believe, it's gonna hurt. I don't want you guys to be hurt.
Let's
Mike, do you want the Bucks to put the Celtics out their misery?
I'm with Alexander, and I'm gonna say this. Listen. I want to believe if I'm gonna sit here and say, damn, Celtics are down 3-1. It's rare that a comeback like that happens. Just be done with it. If I'm gonna sit here and say, I take pride in the fact that I believe and I know, and if you ask my father and brother who were in the house with me when I said this, I believed that the Red Sox in 2004 was going to come back and beat the Yankees. I swear on everything I love in this world.
What are you about to say right now?
All I'm saying is if I sit here and say that, hey, Celtics, very done, I'm not giving my true fanhood justice. Celtics come out and win Game 5. Yeah, I'm gonna feel good.
So, Mike, you have hope.
I'm not throwing in the towel, but at the same time, call this a contradiction, whatever. I do believe the series is done. Now let's look at Marv, like you said. Let's go back and look at this whole series from the jump. Celtics came out Game 1, and they played great. They played excellent defense on Giannis. It looks good, but then as the series moved forward, adjustments need to be made. Obviously, the best team in the Eastern Conference, Milwaukee Bucks, they weren't going to come out the same way in Game 1 and play the same way Game 2 and the rest of the series. They knew what they got smacked in the mouth Game 1. They knew they had to come out and make the adjustments. Here's my issue with the Celtics. The adjustments that we look to see from a team, especially a playoff team, it doesn't really come from the Celtics, and you don't see it. Now, fast forward, we know how Game 2, 3, and how Game 4 went Monday night. But if you have to fast forward and really get to the bottom of it, I'll say this: the blame. You want to look at Kyrie.
We're playing the blame game.
You want listen. You want to get to Kyrie. What are you going to say?
Now, why don't you finish your opinion on the series itself, and then we're going to jump into Kyrie because
the percentages
right
of the Celtics winning this series are very low. Very low. That's just the honest facts. That's it.
So with Kyrie, a lot of people are saying, see you later. There's predicting that Kyrie's not coming back. He's not going to be with the Boston Celtics anymore. They're saying he's likely to opt out of his final year of his contract. Now, do you guys also see that happening?
I mean, let's not even jump to that too much.
Everybody's jumping into it, though.
I mean, it's easy to get to that because, yes, the team is down. The
fans are okay with it. They don't think Kyrie's coming back to Boston. They think he's done in Boston, and they're okay with it.
Kyrie, but see, no one was saying, I mean, people were saying that a little bit, but coming out of the Indiana Pacers series, no one was saying that. When things are at the worst, when things are looking bad,
like to have somebody
of course, people are going to be quick to say, well, the Celtics are sucking, Kyrie's not playing well. He's automatically out of town. And I still, in a sense, it's a cop-out. It's easy to say that. That's the easy conclusion to the whole situation.
But do you think Kyrie is going to do that?
I'm going to stand by my word and believe that the man stated
he walked off before the final buzzer. Yeah,
the man stated his word. And yes, the course of the season's played out. Maybe he should have never said anything in the beginning of the season. Forget all that. When you just look at this series and how things have unfolded, you can put blame on Kyrie. And him being the leader of the team, the most vocal in the media, it's easy to look at him. He says a lot of dumb stuff. I know Mark can allude to all of that. Kyrie has been very questionable.
He said a lot of dumb things.
A lot of stuff. So Kyrie has to take the blame. And then underneath Kyrie, you can look at the rest of the team. Kyrie didn't show up in this series. But Tatum, did he show up? No. Gordon Hayward, he's still in Indiana, chopping it up with his family and friends out there. I don't think he showed up for this Bucks series at all. Terry Rozier is pretty much non-existent, like he has been all season. The only two guys who've maybe really been reliable is
Horford and Morris.
Horford, Morris, and Brown.
Yes.
Horford, Morris,
yes.
and Brown have been the only guys. And if you were to say coming into the series, Morris and Brown and Horford were going to be the guys you really rely upon, I don't think it would. If you look at the pecking order, it wouldn't have broken down like that. But that's just what it's been. Now, I've been one to say, especially coming out of this series, it shine more light on the fact that all blame can't be pointed to the players. I put a lot of this blame, and when I say a lot, I'm talking 50-50 split down the middle. I look at Brad Stevens and how he's coached his team. I have to. And it's an honor.
If you don't look at
Brad Stevens
this year,
this has been his worst year as a head coach in the league, maybe in his life. Because if you look at Brad Stevens' coaching career, he's had teams, especially since he's come into the NBA, where it's just been players on the team that just say, hey, Brad Stevens, you put me in the game, and I'm going to try my hardest to give you all my effort. This year, he has a bunch of guys coming into the season after coming off an Eastern Conference Finals appearance. You got Tatum, you got Brown, guys who are saying, hey, man, give me the ball and we get stuff done because I just went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I played against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. You know, I can make things happen. Brad Stevens has never had a team like that. And it's not his fault. He's never been in a position like that. But being in a position like that as the head coach, I personally believe this year in total, as soon as this season and this postseason wrapped up, we're going to look back and say Brad Stevens had a terrible year in the 2018-19 NBA season.
Let's talk about Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens, like Mike said, bad year, right? But there's a reason. There's a key reason why Brad Stevens is having a really bad year. Because there's only one difference from all the years we've seen Brad Stevens until this year. That's Gordon Hayward. Brad Stevens has not known what to do with Gordon Hayward. Mike said he's still in Indiana. He hasn't shown up at all. And what he did is he's fooled all you guys. He's fooled all the Celtics fans when he pulls up 20 points once every other week or so and is like, oh my God, Gordon Hayward is back. Gordon Hayward this. The guy hasn't been good. And I'm not even putting blame on Gordon Hayward no more. I'm putting it on Stevens for giving him the 25 to 35
From
minutes.
Hold
on. One second. Hold on.
Let's get it.
Gordon Hayward, game 2, 30 minutes, 1 for 5, 20% from the field, plus minus negative 30. Game 4, Gordon Hayward, how many minutes? 33 minutes. 33. Went 2 for 8. That's 25% from the field.
That's mathematics for you.
That's plus minus negative 8. Game 5. Wait, game 4. Last game just now. Gordon Hayward. Let's see here. 27 minutes. 1 for 5. 20% for you. 0 for 2 for 3. Negative 11 plus minus.
So, bam.
What the hell is going on here? I said it I remember one of the earliest shows. Said Gordon Hayward needs to be getting semi-Olajay minutes. Get on the bench and just do this. I said that from the jump. But they got fooled, Mike. They got fooled. The lucky, like a leprechaun. The leprechaun fooled them. They got Gordon Hayward here. And it's all. And Brad Stevens didn't know what to do. And, you know, everyone's talking.
That's his boy, though, Mark.
That's his boy. And he's a liability on defense. And when you're a liability on defense, it becomes 4 on 5. You saw Giannis pushes everyone away, but with Gordon Hayward, he don't even try. His 2 fingers, he's gone. He's flying.
Hayward got mixed by Connaughton.
I played against Pat Connaughton in the Y a couple years ago. I played against Pat. Come on now. Pat Connaughton is doing that to you. And another thing on Brad Stevens, right? They say, because we're gonna get to the players, trust me, but they say Kyrie Irving doesn't fit Brad Stevens' system, right? No, it's true. But you're the coach. Make it work.
That's it. And going off of that
make it work
situation, if you look at this team, I'll tell you, I sat at work today and I really had to look back on everything. And I look at this season and I honestly believe the only reason why the Celtics were as successful as they were, won 49 games, 4th seed, is purely off of beating teams because of the talent. Let's not get it twisted. The Celtics are a talented team. From top to bottom, starting 5 The team's talented. Don't.
Did we
for a
overstate?
second.
Did we overstate how talented this team is?
No, I don't think so. This team is talented, and you thought last year they were all right there, the talent there, but then you add Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward to the lineup. Yes, Gordon Hayward not 100%, but you add those two to the lineup. And Brad Stevens, from day one till now, has had one game plan for these guys: shoot the ball no matter what. How many games have we watched the Celtics win games because them guys are getting hot? Tatum's hitting shots, Kyrie's hitting shots. These guys are knocking down shots. And how many games have we watched where they can't buy a bucket? We're talking in game 4, 8 of 38 from the 3-point line?
Or you want to know? I got the stats.
Please, I'm telling you.
Do not have.
Let me tell you.
I got the stats.
I feel like I finally realized that Brad Stevens, in a sense, he's a one-dimensional coach offensively. Because when the shots don't fall for the Celtics, they call timeout. They go on the 15-2 run, something the Celtics are used to. Team goes on a 15-2 run after missing about 4 or 5 3-pointers in a row. They go to the timeout. All Brad Stevens and his bunch of yes-men coaching staff, all they do, good job, fellas, good job. Hey, the shots are there. Keep the shots up. The shots are there. Let's keep them flying. Dummy, Brad Stevens, tell your team full of young 20-something-year-old athletic players, take the ball to the basket. If you want to pull up stats, I'm not old school, but I tell you, I got some stats right here. Let me tell you something.
To me, it sounds like.
Let me tell you something.
Step up his coaching skill.
Out of the 30 teams in the NBA for this last regular season, Celtics ranked 29th in free throw attempts.
Horrible.
29th. Then you get to this postseason. Out of the teams that have played 8 or more games this postseason, the Celtics rank second to last in free throw attempts. But the thing is, if you look at the regular season and postseason, Celtics shoot 81% or around that from the free throw line. That means you have players.
They don't emphasize that in Brad Stevens' system.
That's the coach on you.
All right, let's just pause for a second and let's take it back to talking about the players. And, Kyrie hasn't said the most smartest things, and I want to talk about his comments that he's made, only making 7 out of the 22 shots that he took, and then goes on to say, I should have took 30. Now, do you think that his comments like that are contributing to that negative energy that's taking place on the court? I know a lot of people talk about his leadership and the things that he's saying and pointing the blame at him, but when you say things like that, I feel as though that contributes to, that energy that's going on the court for them. What do you guys think?
So, coming into this playoffs, we talked about this is going to be Kyrie's biggest moment. This is, yes, he's been to the finals. Yes, he's hit the biggest shot in the final, but he was never the alpha. He finally comes into a season where, his team didn't play well. He had individually, Kyrie did well, but his team did not play well. So going to the playoffs, every time all we heard was, guys, just wait till we get to the playoffs. Hey, Boston Celtics brought me here. That's why we're going to be fine. I'm a genius in the court. I know how to
I can get my shot off anytime I want.
I can get my shot off anytime I want. These are all the comments. The last one you just said, I should have shot it 30 times instead of 22 times. That confidence that he has in him. I don't have no problem with him being confident. I don't have no because
but you got to be able to back it up.
Exactly.
And he was not backing it up. So the fact that he came out and said I should have took 30, no, you should have took 15.
His resume gave him the reason for him to speak like that.
Right.
That's it.
But and so for me, that's why I never got mad about it. His confidence, whatever, because of his resume and what he's done, and we know of supreme talent. But like you just said, T-Mac. 7 for 22. The game before, 8 for 22. Kyrie watching the game, he's forcing shots. And what happens is he takes bad shots. He's been taking bad shots. And when you take bad shots, the other Bucks, we haven't talked about Milwaukee, but this is a great team. Like they're shown that they're a good team. Once that shot is off, they're off in transition. And it messes up the whole defense because they're like, damn, Kyrie just took another bad shot. There's times where Kyrie gets a switch, where he has a big man on him like Brook Lopez. If you're such the genius, common sense as a point guard, Horford is down in the paint with George Hill on him.
You got two options.
Or Eric Bledsoe on him.
Two options.
But yet, what Kyrie does is he'll just take a bad shot. Not even, obviously he can get to his spot, but he take a bad shot or he'll force a layup. And the layups weren't dropping for him this series. So if you have that mentality that, hey, I'm the point guard, my shots are not falling, let me get my other guys involved, especially the second best scorer on the team, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, it's an interesting setup and system they have, because if you even look at that situation right there where you're saying Kyrie is taking bad shots, and it's not only game 4 Kyrie taking bad shots. Game 3 he took bad shots. Game 2 we took bad shots. Kyrie's the leader. Don't get me wrong. Best player on the team, best scorer on the team, easily. I don't care how good of a player you are sometimes. Yes, we've seen it with LeBron differently. If you look at LeBron and say, well, LeBron's pretty much the coach of his team. Kyrie is not LeBron James. So when I say this, I mean, there's a person above you that calls stuff and makes stuff happen. What's popping here?
1 moment.
All right.
Bear with us.
Back from end.
And what did I say with end?
And
I tell you this. Kyrie's not the head coach. He's not a LeBron James type of player. But there's a person above him, and his name is Brad Stevens, the head coach. If you see that Kyrie's taking bad shots, what do you do in practices? What do you do in film sessions? Sometimes, I don't know about you
Film
guys.
sessions, definitely.
You see, a lot of videos, flash on the screen. These guys having shooting competitions at the practice center, having a good time, whatever. Get your ass in the trenches and try to fix stuff that's going on with the team.
But what about right there in that moment in the game? Like, if
you still got to coach.
Exactly. I
feel
like as a coach, you need to coach in that moment, not just when it's over.
And
I
this
feel like
is the problem with Brad this year.
Listen,
it seems a lot of times he's not coaching, and these guys are going up and down the court, doing, in a sense, sometimes whatever they want. They have possessions where they'll just shoot nonstop, clank, miss, brick, nothing. They'll call timeout. They'll come out from timeout and do the same thing again with no change. You mean to tell me, look, I just coached 7th and 6th grade boys this year, basketball team, not no NBA players. And I saw sometimes in games they shoot. I call timeout as the coach, and I tell fellas, we need to get to the basket. How hard can that? Are you scared of your players? Is Brad Stevens scared of Kyrie? Is Brad Stevens scared of Tatum? Is Brad Stevens scared of Horford? To tell these dudes who have the ability and skill to take somebody off the dribble. Or if you're not taking somebody off the dribble, Horford has showed he's a great pick setter. You have a big body in Baines. Easy pick and roll, simple basketball where someone can attack the basket. Where is that with the Celtics team?
It seems like in this series that the Celtics don't have a play where they can just get a bucket. Usually you think about any Celtics teams in the past, they have a set play. Okay, things aren't going well. Let's just go to our go-to play. Nice pick and roll action. Right. Get a quick bucket to get ourselves going. You see, it's like the Celtics don't have that with this personnel.
They don't have a go-to play to do.
And with all this talent, that's stupid. It doesn't make sense how that should happen. Marcus Morris cannot be your second best player on the team. He can't.
What he was last year for this team was excellent. He was a bigger version of Marcus Smart in a sense.
Right. Come in, give you energy. But if you're asking so much now out of Marcus Morris, you're having Jaylen Brown take 2 roles ahead of that he needs to be taken. Gordon Hayward, we already told you how basura he is. He should stay on the bench. Semi Ojeleye, Terry Rozier. The bench guys haven't given you
Rozier got to go.
Haven't given you a thing.
We talked about that.
He gotta go.
And to the point, Stevens doesn't even play him no more. He only got
Especially now that Smart's back.
He's got like I believe 12 minutes the last game. And the thing that really hurt me last game, I already knew the series is over. I told Mike already game 3 was going to determine to me who was going to win that series. But game 4, you finally get Giannis and Chris Middleton in foul trouble.
Bro.
You get them in foul trouble, and the game is tied. Mind you, you were already up by 11. But fine, the game is tied, middle of the 3rd quarter. Giannis goes on the bench. Chris Middleton goes on the bench. You have everyone ready to go. This is where you separate. Great teams smell blood in the water. Celtics are not a great team. They not only they did not compete against their bench, their B squad, they lost the lead. They went on a 17-7 run with George Hill and Pat Connaughton.
Bledsoe was getting, but the thing is, if you look at how they were playing, it wasn't like Bledsoe or George Hill were knockdown shooters coming down, hit big threes, Connaughton a couple big shots. But George Hill was getting to the basket.
George Hill was killing.
Eric Bledsoe getting to the basket.
Defense is another issue.
Like, I know a lot of things coming out of game 3 or something, or game 2 about the fouls and the refs. You know, you watch the game, you're like, okay, yeah, the refs, but at the same time, something that I've heard a lot and I've had a lot of conversations, everything the Bucks were doing in terms of, yes, the Celtics don't have anybody built like Giannis. They don't. But all Giannis was doing pretty much was getting to the basket and drawing contact. Could you say some of the fouls shouldn't have been fouls? Yes. But at the end of the day, you get to the basket and draw contact, the refs are gonna blow the whistle. But for some reason, let me not curse on this show. For some reason, if you watch the games, Gordon Hayward, Rozier, some of these guys, they will get to the basket more, elevate. Hayward. They will elevate in the air. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, but I've always heard if you jump in the air with the ball in your hand, you better be there. You better be shooting the ball. You better not be passing that ball.
And every time
Gordon Hayward and Rozier will get to the basket, get by their man, and get to the basket and turn in the air to pass the ball to the 3-point line. When I tell you, I want to jump through the TV screen and smack someone.
No, that's
but
the
again, that's another instance right there. That example right there. I feel like as a coach,
thank you.
If you see that happening and they're at the basket, you need to be telling them, listen, take that shot. Don't pass it out.
Brad
shoot a three.
You know what Brad Stevens gonna say?
Good job, good pass, good effort.
That's a good look there.
Because it's a 3-point shot that they're getting instead of the 2.
Gordon Hayward. There's some stat out there like Gordon Hayward being like all-time one of the best, one of the best percentages at the free throw line in the playoffs. But for some reason, he's not getting to the. If you look at the Celtics in the free throw numbers, 17th. Kyrie Irving is 17th with 5 free throw attempts per game in the playoffs. 17th with 5. This is Kyrie Irving, greatest handle in the league, maybe the league's ever seen, can get by anybody. He says he can get a shot anytime. 5 free throw attempts per game, playing 30-something minutes a game. And the next person on that list, all the way down, is Jason Tatum at ranked 31st with 4 free throw attempts per game.
All right, we got to take a second, guys. We got a lot of comments going in. I definitely want to get to everybody in there, or at least most of the people. So let's take it to the comments and see what everybody else is saying, because it's getting hot in here. There's a lot going on.
So comments are booming. Sorry, we can't get to everyone. I'm just gonna read off a couple things that I see here. Duel 93 says Baines needs to play more. Baines is the only guy who can guard Giannis. He can't guard Giannis, but he definitely needs to be in there more. And he gives out effort. He's one of the guys that who's not gonna sulk. That's another thing that's been pissing me off. That's Jason Tatum.
They give up.
Jason Tatum. I don't know what the hell happened to him this year, because I'm not even going to talk about the playoffs, because I've been seeing it ever since the All-Star break.
I remember you saying that.
Tatum has gotten softer than tissue paper, and to the point where he's demoralized out there. It looks like he doesn't. You can watch him. If there's a time you just watch Tatum with Kyrie's on the court, he'll run to the corner to the 3 and just stand there. Won't attack the basket for offensive rebound. Won't call for the ball. It's like he's not even there. He does nothing on the offense whatsoever. And then when he gets the ball, he's not playing well to begin with. And this is a guy that we all said could be an all-star this year. We know how offensively gifted he is, but he hasn't been able to show it. So then, if your shots are not going down, that's okay.
Affect the game in other ways.
Still play.
Show me something. Go attack. Get the boards. Dude, defensively, Tatum is trash. And I finally get to say it. Tatum is not a good defensive player. I'm tired of people trying to cover it up, say, the system did. Tatum's not good at defense. Plain and simple. Watch what George Hill does to Tatum every single time. George Hill sees Tatum in a pick or a switch and attacks the rim, and it's on Tatum. And it's so bad. This guy's 6'9", lengthy, long arms, should be able to be a decent defensive
Are you
player.
gonna blame any of that on age though?
No, not no more. If you're not good at defense, you're not good at defense. You could put effort though. Jaylen Brown, he's not the greatest defensive player, but you see he takes the challenge. He takes the challenge.
About his effort every game. I can't complain about it. In some instances, he's the second best scorer on the team.
He goes after you. You remember last year against the Bucks, against the Cleveland Cavaliers. No Gordon Hayward, no healthy Gordon Hayward, no Kyrie Irving. The catalyst was Jaylen Brown. Every first quarter, he'd get the ball and he'd go attack. Something that's missing from this Celtics team, the word attack. He'd attack, he'd get everything going. And this year, he's had a similar role. Once he's come off the bench or if he's starting due to injury, he's attacking and he gets the Celtics going. He's been making his threes at a consistent rate in the playoffs. Like he wants it. And I don't see that want with Tatum. Tatum's too lackadaisical for me. He's too lazy.
So how are you getting coached up? Because another comment, whether it's the coach or the leader, and our guy Dave just came in and said, you know, the Celtics need a better leader on the floor, and Kyrie hasn't been that. Now, that goes back to me saying 50-50. The coach can do so much, but when the game starts going and guys going up and down the course, when it's a dead ball, you ever see there's a dead ball and they call the plays? One player will say, hey, let's gather up.
Usually that's Horford.
Somebody, maybe Kyrie isn't that guy, but at the same time, it starts with your coach. And I still look at the age sometimes saying, well, maybe these guys are still young. They've had a lot of experience. I don't know how much longer, because next year, when Tatum's turning,
I'm not using age as an
Brown's
excuse at all.
23,
it's like,
and Tatum's 21, how many more times are we going to say, well, they're still young guys? Like, we can't use that anymore. They've had a lot of NBA experience under their belt at an early age in the NBA. So it's time for something to somebody got to step up. And I mean,
it's over. Step up where?
Let's look.
You still talking. You guys still talking like this is a series. I'm so confused.
So you're not watching?
I'm gonna watch, and I'm going to. This was gonna happen. I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna pray that the Bucks just take us out. Take us out, because I know what's gonna happen to me. They're gonna go to Game 6. Now it's like, oh my goodness, Celtics may have. Everyone's gonna get riled up, and if they beat the Celtics again at home, that hurt, that feeling that everyone's gonna have, because they had a little glimpse of hope. There's no hope. The team Celtics showed me that they know that the Bucks are a better team than them. They shown it. When this Bucks go on a run, they lose it.
Can't counterattack.
They lose it. They don't show no fight. They're down by 10 in the NBA in 2019. Down by 10 is nothing. Teams go on runs like this. Celtics can't do it. The two best players, Chris Middleton, Giannis, were on the bench, and they got beat by some scrubs.
All right. So since this might be the last time we talking about the Celtics, because I think a lot of people feeling that Wednesday night it's going to be over. I know the one thing that's come up in the comments consistently is Kyrie going or staying. Kyrie going or staying. Has this series?
Marv, you never gave your opinion on that. If you agreed or thought that
Kyrie
was
going
gonna stay
or is he staying?
Because you know why? Because I don't give a damn.
Jeez.
I don't.
Listen, you ain't got to talk to me like I do to you. I'm just asking a question.
I don't. Honest.
I got a question for
My
y'all.
fault.
You see, you and Mike out today.
My fault. It's because my fault. I just don't care.
Do you think the
You
Celtics
don't care if
need
Kyrie Irving
Kyrie?
stays on the Celtics.
Celtics don't need Kyrie.
Mike, do you think the Celtics need Kyrie?
Yes, I still do.
I like how you guys are always opposites.
I mean, that's what the
Celtics. Great sports debate. I think if Brad Stevens really takes over as a head coach and takes control of this team, I think Kyrie can still work fine. Yes, he talks like people look at Kyrie, and I think a lot of it is he says a lot of dumb stuff to the media, and he comes off as arrogant and confident. But if you look at him playing on the floor, he had a great season. Other guys around him need to step up. Like Are you going to say Kyrie's a ball? I don't see Kyrie as a ball hog or something like that. Like this series, yes, he's taken a lot of bad shots, but over the course of the whole year, I don't think Kyrie was that detrimental to the team as a whole. I think Brad Stevens did not do a good job coaching the basketball team. Kyrie's a great player on a team that wasn't coached well this season. That's how I feel.
So you do think the Celtics need Kyrie?
I think Mike doesn't hold Kyrie as accountable as he should. Kyrie is the leader of this team.
Absolutely.
But Kyrie himself doesn't hold himself accountable.
And that's what it comes on, and that's true. That's very true.
A lot of people say that he never steps up and say, "Hey, this is on me." He doesn't even take accountability himself. So it's hard for him to. It's hard to see him as such a good leader when he's not taking.
He's not a good leader. I think everyone could agree that Kyrie's not a good leader. I mean, let's take the leadership role out of it and just talk about how he could be a baller. Because right now in this series, he's been nowhere to be found.
This series, he was bad.
I said to Mike, T-Mac, you weren't here on this episode. I said to Mike, in order for the Celtics to win this series, Kyrie needs to be 30-plus points a game. He needs to be the best player on the court. Out of the 4 games, he has not been the best player once. The game 1, it was Horford. Then you could say Kyrie. Then the rest of the games have been Giannis. And Kyrie hasn't even shown up for half of them. He's just been breaking shots. So that's the formula. Kyrie needed to be the best. He needed to be the best on the court for the Celtics to move on. When the moment got big, let's say it, he just didn't show up.
Bad series. It sucks because if you look at the other star players in the league, the other star players in the playoffs right now, who can really say, Kyrie's at the bottom? We're talking Kyrie, put Kyrie on the Kyle Lowry, level of performances because he just hasn't been there.
Sheesh.
And I'm not saying Kyrie doesn't deserve blame. He does. The leader of the team, the best player on the team, best scorer on the team, he's going to take blame. He has to take blame because the stats will show he didn't show up. But there's a level above him in a sense, and that's the way the team was coached. I feel like they weren't coached properly, not only just in this series against the Bucks, but all season long. Don't even look at Indiana. Indiana sucks. They're probably the worst team in the playoffs in general. So I'm not even going to look at Indiana, how the Celtics ran through Indiana, because like I said, half the games they won is talent, and the other half of the games, they just weren't shooting well, and that's because the coach never had another game plan. It seemed like Brad Stevens is one-dimensional because all he knows is shoot the ball, nothing else. So Kyrie going to stay, and I feel Kyrie can stay there, but Brad Stevens needs to spend this offseason looking in the mirror, whether you need to fire some of them boys on the coaching staff and bring in some new blood.
And hire me.
I don't know.
Shoot.
What you going to do?
I can coach,
I know a job you can do.
In.
I know a job you can do, T-Mac.
Listen, don't even say it. Do not.
I think.
What job, Mike?
I know what he's going to say.
What job,
if
Mike?
You say it, you better go ahead and say it.
What job, Mike?
I think you could be a great job as a player analyst, helping out the development of the players, because you have a strong-minded personality.
You know what? I didn't think he was going to say that.
What do you think he was going to say?
What do you think I was going to say?
That he was going to say cheerleader. I thought he was going to say I should be a cheerleader. But I'm glad you said that. I appreciate that because now I don't have to put my hands on you. I'm happy you said that.
Oh, boy.
Because you and him y'all been going at it this whole show.
Weren't you a cheerleader before?
I was.
Oh,
that's
right.
You might.
That's why I thought you were
apology.
that. That's why I thought
me an apology.
I don't owe you nothing. Anyways, before we wrap up with this, our last and final say so, are we counting the Celtics out? Marv clearly is.
Celtics
Mike still
fans.
has hope.
Celtics
There's
people.
another game to be played
I'm not
Wednesday
gonna
night.
throw in the towel just
There's another
yet.
game to be played Wednesday night. That's
It
what.
is.
All I'm saying, Celtics fans, just listen to me. Listen. Just understand that the series is over. And watch it with peace. I want you guys to be in peace like I'm in peace. Like this series didn't hurt me as much as because I already knew what this Celtics team was. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. I don't want that to happen to y'all.
Could happen, and
See, I don't want you to have that in your head.
All I'm gonna say
Just
is
watch the game.
Marv is set in stone that it's over.
Possible.
All I'm gonna say is there's another game to be played, and until the final buzzer goes off in the fourth quarter, or whatever, and it's the end of regulation, that's all I can go off of. as a fan of the team, I'm not gonna sit here and put the hammer down on this. Yes, I feel like it's over, but I need to see the game be played out.
You never
That's
know.
all it is.
You never know.
I'll be watching.
Well, that's it for the Celtics talk. So we gotta wait until the game, see what happens. Now we gotta talk relationships. So
Ooh, are we shifting something? We shifting crazy here.
this is a crazy shift. Just
Crazy.
buckle up, buckle up. All right, so there's this whole, I would say it's tradition that men pay for the first date. So the question is, men, would you let the lady pay for the first date? And ladies, would you even consider going out with a guy if he doesn't want to pay for the first date? So Marv, let's go to you first. Would you let her pay for that date?
First date, right?
The first date.
First date.
Okay.
First date doesn't matter. She asked me out or I asked her out. First date, would I let her pay?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you're
No,
such
no,
a
no.
gentleman.
No, listen here. Hold on. I got see.
Here we go.
I've seen you classes before.
I'm a smooth brother, you know. I'll never let.
Circa 2013.
He just said he's a smooth brother.
Smooth brother.
Dead.
I would never, ever. As a man, I feel like the man should always pay for the first date, just so the woman, especially if you want to impress her, understands that, okay, he's going to hold me down. And I want to hold you down. You know, that's what I'm here
Who are
for.
you right now?
Dr.
Who are you?
Dr. Me. Listen,
Mike, can you please?
I'm just
Would you
trying to
let her
talk to
pay for the first date, or you
Let me
want?
tell y'all something. You don't know me too well. Let me tell y'all something if you don't know me too well. I believe that me and a lot of the friends I'm associated, a lot of my boys, we are the last of a dying breed. And when I say dying
Speak on
breed,
it, bro.
when I say we are the last of a dying breed, myself and a lot of the gentlemen I associate myself with are true gentlemen. And I don't think, as a true gentleman, if you approach a lady and say, hey, can I take you out on a date? They can leave their pocketbook at home. Because if I'm taking you out on a date,
Who are you?
I'm handling everything. And that's just what it is.
Can I just point out how both of y'all just changed y'all voice, y'all tone,
Yo,
y'all trying to talk all
T-Mac,
smooth?
T-Mac, what are you doing
Who
right now?
are y'all?
What are you doing?
Start from who are you?
Who are y'all? Y'all changed y'all tone of voice.
My voice been like this the whole
You
time.
changed the way y'all sit. Y'all trying to talk all smooth,
What are
like
you
y'all
talking
talking to a lady right
I'm
now.
just stating facts.
This is not the same tone I heard 10 seconds ago when we was talking about the Celtics.
Here comes a question, though. What if she insists on paying the first date?
It's
That
happening.
means she is going to wear the pants.
Wait, whoa.
No, if you put it like that.
Wait, no, baby. I got you. You hang on to your
First
chance.
date,
I got
bro.
it.
It's first date. I feel like a lot of women expect for the men to pay, but you know, some of them feel like it's courtesy to just say, "Oh, I'll split it with you," or "Oh, I could." Pay. And then, as a man, your job is to be like, "Nah. Listen, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Because
That's Dr. Me.
That's gonna be like the line for this. Who are you?
why?
Because you put
You
on
don't-
some sunglasses.
Oh, I didn't even know
They
they
don't
was here.
recognize
I didn't
you.
even know they was here.
If it's me, yes, as if I am going out with a man, I would expect for him to pay for that first date. Now down the line, I wouldn't expect for him to pay for every single day. Like me as a woman who can hold my own and I got my own, I'm like, you know what, I got it this time. Like, you know, don't even worry about it. Like, I got it. And that doesn't mean like just special occasions. Like I'll do it just because, you know.
So, what if you're on a date, right, T-Mac?
Mm-hmm.
First date, and everything's great. The date was awesome.
Right?
The bill comes, and he goes, "You ready to split?" The date was great.
Yeah, you feeling his vibe.
You was
crazy.
messing with him. You rocked with him and everything. Excuse my language.
Get both of them away from me.
No,
No.
Say the whole time the
Everything was
date's
good.
going on, you feeling like, oh, this dude.
Back of your head, you'd probably text you, "Oh, day's going
I
great."
ain't on my phone. I'm giving him my
Undivided,
attention.
even better.
My full attention.
And then the bill comes, he goes, "Can I get your credit card so we can split?" 1, what are you doing? 2, how do you feel afterwards?
Oh, Dr. Marv came with the therapy session question.
Hey.
1, I'm gonna be a lady about it. You know, yes, I'm gonna be taken back for a second, but I'm not even gonna show that. I'm gonna be a lady. I'm like, you know what? No problem. Let's split this. 2, what am I doing after? I'm just gonna have to think about that because I just feel like for the first date, come on now, impress me. Like let's go all the way. You know, maybe down the line we could split some bills. Like I don't care, and I don't even mind like paying for it. You know, but like that first date, I feel like that first impression just sets the bar where it's gonna be like moving forward. And if that's where you want to set it, then that's just
so how come
it's not the best look.
How come you just made Marv and I seem like we crazy when we basically just said that?
I didn't make it seem like I was crazy.
Who?
I said the way I was talking,
Who
I
are
was
you,
trying
guys?
to change the tone of your voice and try to sound like y'all was
you
keep
trying to,
sweat or
can
something.
you stop throwing us under the whoop?
No, I did not.
Listen. Tell you that.
So, Duel, Troll Control said, you pay for dinner, she pays for breakfast.
Now, what kind of breakfast we talking here?
I mean, does it really matter?
What's wrong with y'all?
I mean, does it really
Get
matter?
your head out the clouds.
What kind of breakfast we talking about?
Different kinds of breakfast, T-Mac. Some people like pancakes. Some people like waffles.
Don't bring no pancakes over here.
Some people like
unless they're
scrambled.
fluffy.
Some people like them sunny side up with the yolk dripping a little bit.
What's wrong with him? I don't know who y'all
with some
part
bacon.
of the show, but I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. Now,
Make sure it's hot too.
Point.
Hot breakfast.
Like he brings up a good point. Like that's like for an example. Like if I was to go on a date to the movies and my date bought the tickets, like I would go buy the popcorn and the sodas. Like that's what I would do. Like I don't see anything wrong with that. Like if he gets dinner and I get breakfast, like I think like that's okay to do. But when it comes to like going out to a restaurant, we sit down and there's a bill, like splitting that on the first date.
Okay.
I don't know.
How about,
so what was your real quick to end it off with you, T-Mac? What's your thought process after the date? Are you still gonna hit him up for another date, or is that like a red flag kind of that he told you to split?
It's not a red flag. I mean, maybe him. It's 2019 time. Things are changing. I would still, see how it goes, where it goes.
Woke up to a Cash App request.
And now if he Cash App requests me, I'm gonna hit decline. Like, don't do that.
Oh man.
If we right then and there, then okay. But like later down, like what? Cash App for half of the bill that you paid?
All right. What about this though? Oh, you got a good comment there? Go ahead.
Yeah. Wes says, when, if ever, is it appropriate for a woman to pay for the date?
Your birthday is definitely one off the bat. I mean, if you with a girl too, and she's, when it's your birthday, let me take you out. If you want to take me out and treat me to something, sure. I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah, but I don't think it should just be special occasions.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like
if you want to treat,
I would do it more often.
Hit me and you want to treat me to something and this and that, I'm not going to complain. If I say I want to treat you to something, let's go out to do. That's on me. If you come to me and say you're trying to treat me and do something, and you say that for
right.
I
feel like women should do it more than just special occasions. Though.
Women,
we gotta.
It doesn't need to be my birthday to
too.
get cake, What?
It
doesn't need to be my birthday to only have cake.
I just can't tell if you're like being serious or if
you see my face?
Your head is really in the clouds because you and Mike.
Do you see
this thing
now? If I did this,
oh my gosh,
it don't need to be my birthday for me to have cake.
You see how
then you would have known what I was talking. But I said, don't need to be my birthday to have some cake.
You see, he got two personalities that he needs to get under control.
All right, another question covered it because this is kind of tying into what I was going to bring up. Okay. And Dirk said, how much should one pay on the first date? Now, if you want to date with somebody, the menu comes out. You go to a restaurant, the menu comes out.
Now, that's all on who picked that restaurant.
Okay, but
if
then
you pick an expensive restaurant, you better be ready to spend some
what
bread.
If it's a restaurant that's not so expensive? I'm not going to sit here and put down any restaurant right now, but there's top restaurants where you can spend a decent amount of money. Some that's, you could get a good 2 for $20 deal or something like that. Not saying that's a bad option.
How do y'all go about deciding
I'm just
where to
saying.
take the girl?
I'm just saying. What if,
after Mike. After
Mike, finish up. Please.
What if you look at what if you look at the menu and he's kind of leading you in a direction to say, yeah, pick the cheap stuff, because I ain't really trying.
First of all, ain't nobody gonna tell me what I'm gonna eat.
But if you, I'm thinking about.
Wait, what?
And like pick the cheap stuff. Like, go somewhere with all that. Tell me what I'm gonna eat.
You go out and be like, yeah. He kind of pushes you to be like, yeah, just look at the appetizer section. You know, nowhere to worry about anything else. What if you gotta get forced in that direction?
Nobody's
You shouldn't
in
take
that direction.
You shouldn't take a girl on the date if you're gonna, or you have to give her a pre-warning before the date. Like, yo, this is what it is right now. It's kind of low. We're gonna have appetizers.
So then that would be up to him to pick a cheap restaurant. Right.
So
Like I said, it's all about the restaurant you pick. Because if you go to an expensive ass restaurant, but then you tell her she can only get an appetizer, you should have never went to that expensive restaurant. You should have took yourself to go get some free appetizers from Applebee's or Fridays or something.
I got a story.
And call it
you got a story?
Oh,
Marv got a story.
Wait, Marv, you gotta answer my question first. How do you go about choosing where to take a girl to dinner?
You gotta be knowledgeable. You gotta be knowledgeable.
What's about what she like?
You know, maybe you know what she likes. Yeah. But if it's like a first date,
what she's allergic to.
It's the first date. You're not taking it to
what's
no
your safe
rooftop.
Go-to place?
I mean, I got some spots.
Nah,
give me one.
Don't reveal nothing.
I got some spots.
What's your go-to spot? Oh,
don't reveal nothing.
I can't reveal it, man. I can't reveal it.
What's your go-to spot?
I just told him not to reveal something. You think I'm gonna reveal something? What's your go-to spot?
Y'all first. I asked you first.
I'll tell you what my not go-to spot is.
What?
Legal seafoods.
Okay.
No one ever told me them things kind of pricey.
Illegal seafood.
I took.
What's your not go-to spot? The spot you would never take a girl.
Never.
You just said legals.
No, I'll take them. It's not my go-to.
Just ask that. What's your not go-to spot? Like you will not take somebody there.
I
don't. I might have to go with Hooters. Don't ever take me to Hooters.
Oh, I agree. I'm not taking a girl to Hooters. That's not a date.
A girl asked me to take her to Hooters before.
And I'm gonna tell her. I don't know.
I would never suggest, but
it's not happening.
Johnny wanted to go to Hooters.
Oh, dude.
We went to Hooters.
Dirk said McDonald's.
What?
Yo, wait, hold on. But McDonald's got a good breakfast though. Like a McGriddle.
You're taking a Johnny to McDonald's for breakfast?
That's disrespectful.
Mike.
You can't be serious.
I joke. I joke.
Wait, if you're gonna get the McGriddle, make sure you get it with the round egg.
I learned that.
Oh my goodness.
Make sure you get it.
What were you gonna say? What was the part
I forget. But it was something about how do you differentiate where to bring a girl on the first date. I would never bring a girl on the first date to somewhere expensive.
I feel like you got to do that in between.
That's when you're really feeling her. Now you really want to impress her.
What if you are really feeling her? So I want to impress
on the first date?
Yeah. Like, what if you meet her, you ask her out, y'all talk.
What if the first date doesn't go well? Now you playing yourself.
No.
You just played yourself.
But that's the chance you got to be willing to take.
No, I'm going to take the same really chance on a mediocre spot that's still decent. Oh.
Mediocre? You can't take no girl to no mediocre spot.
Mediocre meaning price. Price is mediocre.
Too much.
Price is. I won't drop a lot of money on a first date.
Yeah, because like
if it doesn't work out, you're a fool.
You gonna
and you gotta understand, T-Mac. It's the man who's gonna be paying for how me and Mike are talking.
The date goes wrong, and you get that check. You looking at that final total number, and you just pissed because you gonna feel this day sucked. And now I gotta drop this on her.
That is the chance you need to be willing to take. If you took her out, a part of you had to feel like, hey.
But it goes back to
like something about her.
If I'm asking a girl out, there's a reason behind it.
Exactly.
So there's a question. Lily said, "Why does the first day gotta be at the restaurant?" The topic was who pays the bill for the first day. So that's why we're mainly doing restaurant.
She's saying maybe it doesn't have to be a restaurant. What if the first date's like, let's go bowling or something?
Yeah, the men still pay. I think the men should still pay.
Right.
Last of a dying breed.
I feel like the restaurant's the only situation on a date where like the bill comes after.
Right,
when
exactly.
you go to movies or you go bowling or you do something, you always pay up front.
But I think a restaurant is usually a go-to spot for a first date because you want to sit down, have that intimacy, talking and getting to know.
Look them in the
a
eyes.
nice drink, nice plate of food.
Put your sunglasses on, Marv. Get all romantic.
Okay. Now I can't put no sunglasses in the restaurant.
But you can put them on right here.
I mean, this is a show. I'm just letting you guys know.
Me's over there.
Come on now, just letting y'all
what
know.
What else we got in the comments?
We got people just laughing. Marv,
don't go to a paint and sip though. Westerner, please explain why that is not a good option for a paint and sip night. I've never done paint
and sip. That sounds fun.
I mean, I've never done anything like
paint
that.
It? Why not? Paint and sip.
He said don't ever do it. I want to know why. A lot of people agree the restaurant should be the top choice for a first date spot. I think that's a no-brainer because you don't want to go. Like I said, I threw out bowling as an option. You know, there's a lot of action going on, bowling. You want to really use that first date to get to know somebody in an interpersonal setting. Like you just said, look them in the eyes, see the smile. You know, maybe, you know how the date's going. You
maybe what?
You know, say, you got a nice skin or something. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Mike just went in another world. He was not here. Mike was not here. Mike, we lost him.
He said something about her skin.
I was going to start talking, but then I said, let me reel this in for a second. Let me reel it in.
Something about her skin.
I'm just saying, you want to have a good conversation, first date. But yes, I think when it comes down to it, and I think Marv is in agreement, I think a lot of the guys in the chat also in agreement, men should pay for the first date.
Conflict saying Hogwarts a first date spot? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What's
Hogwarts, it's a little like bar thing.
That's another thing. Would you take her to just a bar, like just do a bar, but not sit like at a table?
For first date, like
first date.
Probably.
You can sit at a bar. You can sit at a bar.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you at a table, a bar. At least you can pull the chairs kind of close to each other and talk that way.
You see, first you're talking about the skin.
I'm just hoping it's interpersonal communication.
We already know.
I mean, it depends on your date. If your date, that's her type of thing. If she likes that, going to the bars and things, then why not? At the end of the day, you know, we are here to please. So wherever you like,
Marv.
That's it.
We'll come at him now too.
Now, who am I?
I don't know.
My fault. I didn't. Mike said we are less of a dying breed.
That's it.
And at the end of the day, we are just here to
breed
please.
Is that? Can we just specify one more time?
I don't think, you know, it's 2019. A lot of guys, you know, they don't do. I don't think, gentlemen, you know, you like to do nice things. Maybe open the door for a girl.
Ooh.
Does that still happen nowadays? This is a whole other topic we get.
Yeah, we can.
You just said it yourself.
Save that topic.
You just said it yourself.
Save that topic.
Not guys open the doors for girls anymore. That's just something light right there. I could get into a lot more, but let's save it.
Save it for another time. Okay. We gotta wrap it up. Had a big convo about the Celtics. We had
these comments are great.
Relationship topic. Take them glasses off, Mark. I don't know who he is anymore. Please. Take us out, Marv.
This is the Double M Show. You know, you got the two gentlemen in the building. Mr. Mike Nice.
That is I.
DJ Means. And then, of course, we have our lovely T-Mac with us. Thank y'all for rocking out on episode 14. Make sure you know we're going to be out on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher. Retweet it. Spread the word of this show. If y'all love the conversation, spread it, share it.
Yes,
it helps us out. Give us some topics to talk about. As you can see, we ain't going to be talking Celtics much longer. So we're going to need some things to talk about. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out of here.